Now, welcome back to Prospect Hub, where we're going to give you the weekly report. This is from Mesmerized. Now, before we get this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button. We're winding down the minor league season. It's been not a great minor league season for a lot of the Met minor league teams, and a lot of Mets prospects. So it was a mixed bag. The pitching did well. Met pitching did well, but the position players, a lot of injuries, a lot of a lot of aches and pains this year. So a lot of guys took, obviously the major injury the Mets had this year was Ronnie Mauricio. He didn't play at all. He got hurt in December with that ACL. But here's from Mets Rise Minor League Weekly Report. Jonah Tong near perfect in Binghamton debut. This past week marked the end of the season for the Brooklyn Cyclones and the St. Lucie Mets. While both teams missed out on postseason play, Brooklyn finished the year at 500, while St. Lucie had a much rougher go for it. Yeah, they had a terrible year. The season continues for Syracuse and Binghamton, who both lost their series this past week. Binghamton's series loss was at no fault of Jonah Tong. Didn't allow a hit or walk in 6 innings in his Double-A debut. This is from Triple-A. Now, meanwhile, please hit the subscribe button. Syracuse met second half free fall, continuing their series against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. That's the affiliate of the New York Yankees, as they dropped 5 of 6 games, including an unbelievable 19-0 loss on Saturday. In the 6th game, Syracuse allowed 60 runs for an average of 10 allowed per game, while scoring 32 runs of their own. The Mets are now 26-36 in the second half of the season, and 72-64 overall. Despite getting embarrassed in this series, Syracuse still had some positive individual performances at the plate. Luke Ward was phenomenal, going 8 for 21 with two doubles, a home run, 5 walks, and a stolen base. His home run was his 26th of the year, and he's also extended his International League RBI lead by recording 4 to give him 88 on the year. His OPS as the season comes to an end sits at 881. Carlos Cortez led the team with 3 home runs in the series, with 4 of his 7 hits going for extra bases. J.T. Schwartz recorded 4 hits in the series, including a double and a home run. He also walked 3 times and stole a base in what was one of his better weeks in Syracuse. The first baseman owns a 637 OPS for the Mets and a 766 OPS on the entire season between Binghamton and Syracuse. Many of Syracuse's regular starters struggled mightily in this series, with one positive start coming from Paul Blackburn. I would mention he was supposed to start on Monday for the Mets, but he was scratched because he had a problem with his back. And he's probably not going to make his next start against the Phillies, so that's kind of out the door with him. The other stars of the week, all of which were not good whatsoever. We start over. The other starts of the week, all of which were not good whatsoever, came from Dom Hamill, 4 1/3 innings, 9 earned runs. Mike Vassell, 3 1/3 innings, 7 earned runs. Brandon Sproat, 4 innings, 5 earned runs. Joanne Suarez, 5 innings, 8 earned runs. And Blade Tidwell at 1 1/3 innings and 7 earned runs. Ufa. Shintaro Fujinami shined out of the bullpen, striking out 4 and 3 2/3 innings. Fujinami, who was so wild and inconsistent early in the year, has been untouchable lately. Flamethrower has not allowed to run in his last 8 appearances, striking out 15 and walking 2 over 11 2/3 innings in that span. Perhaps even more impressive is his slash line against during the span of 0.27 batting average. He could be a late season call-up for the Mets if they need bullpen help, but we'll see about that. Justin Jarvis also looks solid at the bullpen, allowing 2 runs over 5 1/3 innings across 2 appearances. The righty, who was acquired a year ago from Marcana, has a 5.40 ERA in 16 appearances in Triple-A, but a 4.15 ERA overall between Binghamton and Syracuse. Here's the Roma Ponies. The Roma Ponies and Somerset Patriots played a 7-game set as the 2 teams made up a previously postponed game. It was a rough series for Binghamton as they dropped 5 of the 7 games and were outscored 32-20. Ufa. Jalen Palmer played both corner and infield positions and center field while going 6 for 17 with 2 doubles and a home run, and 2 home runs. With his effort, Palmer increased his OPS on the season to 763. Jeremiah Jackson also had a good series, matching Palmer with 2 home runs of his own. Jackson now has 18 homers on the year, tied for second in the Eastern League. He also stole 2 bases against Somerset to give him 11 on the year. While he's shown off decent power this year, it's been a struggle otherwise for Jackson, who has a 608 OPS. I don't know if he's going to be in the organization much longer, folks. He had a chance to be put on the Mets 40-man roster, and they did not do that. And he did not get picked up in the Rule 5 draft last year, so he might be going bye-bye. Jonah, and I'll cover it here and just discuss it. Jonah Tong was untouchable, literally in his Double-A debut. He would have tossed 6 perfect innings if not for a throwing error. Instead, he'll have to settle for 6 hitless innings with no walks and 9 strikeouts. Tong, who started this year in Low A, has raised his stock about as much as anyone this season. Between St. Lucie, Brooklyn, and Binghamton, he owns a 2.87 ERA with an incredible 12.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. What's interesting about him is that prior to this season, he really struggled with his walks. He was really very wild during his career last year. Jonathan Pintaro also tossed 6 scoreless innings, though he did give up 2 walks, 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batsman. Pintaro struck out 7 in the effort as he continues to just shine in the Mets organization. He has a 3.18 ERA and 7 starts in Binghamton and a 2.83 ERA overall. Pretty good for a guy who was in independent ball as recently as this year. Nolan McLean also continues to get better and better. The former two-way player allowed 1 run in 5 innings of work, striking out 5. McLean now owns a 4.52 ERA in Binghamton and a 3.99 overall on the year. He's only allowed 1 run on 5 or fewer. 1 run or fewer in 4 of his last 5 outings. So as you know, if you don't know, he gave up being a position player. High A Brooklyn finished their season with a series against the Wilmington Blue Rocks, taking the series by winning 4 of 6 games. It was a disappointing year for the Cyclones, who finished 32-34 in the second half and 65-67 overall. They were the 5th place team out of 6 teams in the South Atlantic League North Division. They didn't have a good year. Christopher Sorrell finished his season on a high note, going 8 for 19. He finished his season overall with OPS of 730 with St. Lucie and the Cyclones. Boston Barrett was tied for the team lead with 4 extra base hits of the week, 3 of which came in the series finale. Barrett went 7 for 24, 3 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, and a stolen base. Despite the strong finish, Barrett finished a 604 OPS in 11 games with Brooklyn, but he had a 767 OPS in 84 games for most of the season in St. Lucie. He played pretty well in St. Lucie. He played everywhere. Nick Morabito matched Barrow with 3 doubles and a triple, though he walked just twice and didn't record an RBI or a stolen base. Morabito finished with the year for the player in the season with the Brooklyn Cyclones, an amazing feat considering he spent 24 games early in the year with St. Lucie. Morabito finished the year with a 747 OPS in Brooklyn and 801 OPS overall. He had a terrific year. Jack Wenninger was absolutely phenomenal in his start, striking out 10 and allowing just 1 run on 1 hit and 2 walks in 6 innings. The 2023 6th-round pick ends the year with a 3.12 ERA in 10 appearances with Brooklyn, though a rough stint in St. Lucie early in the year has his overall ERA at 4.30. Finally, I guess the St. Lucie club also finished this season this week. They dropped 3 games of their rain-shortened 5-game series. The Mets end their season with a 23-40 record in the second half and a 45-84 record overall. Not a good year. There was very little to be excited about on the offensive side of things this week, as the team didn't record a single home run. Carson Bench from Oklahoma played in 4 games, going 3 for 14 with 2 doubles and 3 walks, while striking out just 1. Bench lowered his OPS to 856 through 15 games, his first taste of Pro Bowl. Corey Collins only had 2 hits in 11 at-bats, both singles, but he did walk 6 times. Collins owns an 805 OPS with more walks and strikeouts in 9 games. Nick Roselli from Binghamton University and from Binghamton, New York, led the team with 4 hits, going 4 for 16 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a stolen base. Roselli ends the year with an 869 OPS. Eli Serrano III only recorded 9 at-bats, but he went 3 for 9 with a triple, also walking once He ends with a 777 OPS. Christian Rodriguez was St. Lucy's most impressive pitcher, tossing 4 scoreless innings and recording a save in his lone appearance of the week. That lowered the 19-year-old's ERA to 1.69 through 4 games, and St. Lucie owns a 3.16 overall ERA and 17 appearances in rookie ball in low A. So this is what happened this week. And obviously, the 2 big players this week was Luke Ritter and Jonah Tong. And that's it, And then we got 2 teams that are done. We'll have the Binghamton the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and Syracuse Mets will be finishing up their season very shortly. And wasn't a good year for St. Lucie. Was a good finish for the Brooklyn Cyclones. So, but a lot of times it's not about how the team does. It's how these players are developed and what happens and whatnot. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.